News in full. The Gateway Trade Fair has effectively opened up Ogun State for investment and pushing the state towards being one of the fastest growing economies in the country. The state governor, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, disclosed this at the closing ceremony of the 11th Gateway International Trade Fair at MKO Abiola Trade Fair Complex, Okemoson, Abeokuta. Ronke Yemi reports.
The 2022 Gateway International Trade Fair, organized by the Ogun State Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment and the State Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Ogun SEMA, has come to an end. The closing ceremony had in attendance the Deputy Governor of Ogun State, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, Commissioners, Royal Fathers, Permanent Secretaries and Exhibitors. The State Governor, Prince Dr. Abeokuta, who was represented by his Deputy, Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele, emphasized the state's commitment to building a sustainable economy.
Today, this project has opened up Ogun State as the investment destination of choice and the resultant effect of being the fastest growing state economy and making it the industrial capital of Nigeria.
Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kike Lomolonge, recognized the unusual platform provided by the fair and promised that the trade fair will come back bigger and better next year. The Deputy Governor was decorated as the honorary matron of Ogun SEMA, and certificates of merit were presented to outstanding exhibitors. Stakeholders lauded the state's collaboration with other partners in making this year's trade fair a successful one.
Ogun SEMA really appreciate the government of Ogun State for collaborating with us, for having each time we go out successful program.
I'm happy to inform you that with the level Gateway International Trade Fair that we are about to look at end is better than the first one held last year.
The group later moved round the fair site before the official closing of the 2022 Gateway International Trade Fair. Ronke Yemi, OGTV News.
Ogun State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Information, Culture and Tourism, has assured the state signage and advertisement agency the law guiding its operation will be reviewed to reflect the existing realities as well as block leakages in the process of generating revenue. The chairman of the committee, Honorable Yusuf Adejojo, gave the assurance during a courtesy visit to the agency's head office in Abeokuta and other zonal offices located at Ojodu, Adodota, and Ijebu-Ode areas of the state. Honorable Adejojo, in company of other committee members, warned unapproved revenue agencies against any form of transaction on behalf of the agency. He assured the management of the signage agency that the assembly would immediately commence further review of the August law whenever it is put forward to the State House of Assembly.
As much as possible, make use of the available resources, to keep what we are doing together. But we try as much as possible on our own side how we can assist the zonal offices.
Earlier in his remarks, the General Manager of OGSA, Mr. Folau Nifade, while receiving the lawmakers at the head office, had called for the review of Ogun signage law, citing the need to include relevant and commensurate fines, punishment for fake collectors to serve as deterrents to other perpetrators. He stated that the agency was already embarking on vigorous sensitization against illegal collection of fees by fake collectors and agents. In the same vein, the zonal manager, Adodota, Mr. Olale Kongbelei, in his submission called for the employment of more personnel at district level to efficiently cover more areas in the state. A recent report from the Central Bank of Nigeria, which shows that Nigerians have spent a total of $39.66 billion on foreign education and healthcare related services between 2010 and 2020, has received various knocks from stakeholders in the two sectors, most especially the amount spent on acquiring education in foreign countries has been described as a waste, and that if care is not taken, the education sector of Nigeria may not be redeemed from its slide. Tiwalade Faison in this report takes a look at people's position as regards the country's standard of education. Our report.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has revealed that Nigerians spend so much on foreign education and health-related issues. The high cost of the services has reported drastically increased the demand for foreign exchange in the country, which has put a strain on the value of the naira to dollar. Nigeria. Professor Joseph Odemuyiwa, the special advisor to the governor on technical education, highlighted some major problems that the sector is battling with.
Only problem there is our inadequate infrastructure for teaching and learning process. In terms of manpower, we are there. But in terms of physical development, we still have a lot to do. And then when we say we have a lot to do, the lots
centers around this issue of incessant strike by most of all these academic bodies. If the government is doing the needful by
just ordinary the buba and shokoto, I can show it for you like 2,000 naira. If I want to show the buba and about maximum, if there's no disturbance, if there's no any disturbance, maximum 1 hour.
Precious Adetobiloba Adetayo is also a 400 student of FUNAB. She has bought into vocational studies idea.
It has impact on us because like now I'm doing FPY. We call it farm practice here. We could not go because initially when ASU was on strike, it did not affect us. But now all sectors are on strike like NASU. So now we are not going anywhere, we are just at home.
A number of parents are challenging both striking workers of the universities and students alike to tap into vocational activities.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy. We are not happy. No one is happy at all. The situation is so pathetic. We are not happy.
The educational system today, I would want to say, has been bastardized. Government should look into it. You know, ASU's problem should equally be addressed. Once the government addresses the problem of ASU's, everything will be in good state.
I would like to encourage the parents that they should encourage their children to go on entrepreneurship.
There are some children that have learned hairdressing, they have gone to fashion schools. Even while they are in the university, they are using that to support their parents.
Vocational training, according to professors Adeofun and Awokola, is worth considering.
Some of us have seen beyond the beyonds. You know, it has not been so easy. I was trained as a printer can say I'm also a tailor. Plan B, there is no alternative to basic education.
I'm not averse to vocational studies. I can barb very well. I have my clipper. If I used to barb for all my friends in Kuti Hall in those days. So, vocation should be part of, everybody should have something.
A food for thought, no doubt. Adefowura, Adesanwo, OGTV News.
Candidates who will be participating in the 2022 Mock Unified Tertiary and Matriculation Examination organized by the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board would have to pay the sum of 1,000 naira as a service charge to the CBT centers where they are assigned to sit for the examination. The board noted that it increased the service charge from 600 naira to 1,000 naira due to the high cost of diesel in the country. It had earlier been reported that JAMB promised to provide soft landing for CBT centers due to the hike in the price of diesel in the country. The board also reiterated its stance that the mock examination is optional. Still to come in the news, EU donates 30 boats, forensic equipment to Nigeria, orders to tackle security challenges. We will bring you details of this and more after the break. The Nigerian Internet Registration Association, NIRA, has nominated Ogun State Television, OGTV, in the Best Electronic Media Websites TV category for the 2022.ng award. We implore our team viewers and the general public to vote for Ogun State Television by logging on to NIRA website on nira.org.ng/NG Awards 2022/voting. Enter your email address, then scroll to Best Electronic Media Website Television and click on Ogun State TV to cast your vote. Awards voting portal closes at midnight Sunday 10th April 2022. OGTV, your preferred Best Electronic Media website. Welcome to the part 2 of the news. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo has described the Nigerian Juju music maestro, Evangelist Ebenezer as a quintessential man who has used his music to affect the world for good. Professor Yemi Oshibajo stated this at the special 80th birthday service held in honor of the Juju music icon at the Cross Gospel Mission premises at Agege, Lagos. Margaret Okulola has more.
You are the son of this day. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
He has performed for kings, the rich and the downtrodden. He performs to correct the ills in the society and also shaping people's behavior and inject morals. It is his 80th birthday and it calls for celebration. It was a case of a son that attracts all and sundry as people from all walks of life, flocks of men that matter in the society converged on the premises of the Cross Gospel Mission, Agege, Lagos, to pay tributes to this living legend. The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, lauded the celebrants' widespread compendium over the years, also urging the younger generation to learn from this.
Dominating the scene for so many decades, his influence continues to spread generation after generation. You cannot but marvel at how Chief Ebenezer's impact, even on contemporary Nigerian music, has continued to grow.
The preacher urged all present to emulate the cultured and innocent spirit of the celebrant, which made him evergreen.
I don't really know what you want to do for me now that I'm watching. I don't know what you want to say to him that I'm really angry. He has culture and innocent spirit, which has also been evergreen.
The name Commander Ebenezer Obefabi is not an alias, but a synonym for excellence in the music industry and a veritable tool for nation building.
The music, very prayerful, very philosophical, and sometimes prophetic.
I am also a musician.
teach you accountability. You must be accountable. So he teaches you how to take stock.
To the celebrant, ascribing all glory to God is the best he could do.
It is a day of joy, and that is why I appreciate God. When I look back into my life, I cannot explain it all. The goodness of God, His faithfulness, and all that He has done in my life.
Rendition by various gospel ministers added glamour to the occasion. Margaret Ukunlola, OGTV News.
This is wishing Evangelist Ebenezer a happy birthday. The political icon businessman, Osi of Owu and the Balor of Egbaland, Chief Abdul Fatai Olani Adegbenro, has been described as a rare gift to the state and the nation whose commitment and contributions to national development is unparalleled.
But he's a very, very wonderful personality.
You can't change his mind. If he doesn't like you, he shows. If he likes you, he shows. But I'm so happy that I'm celebrating him today.
Chief Olani Adegbenro said he can only give glory to God for the journey of 80 years.
I really thank God for this day to have come. Because many years back, I didn't even know that I'm going to get to 80.
There were presentations from Abeokuta Club and Abeokuta Sports Club where the celebrant belongs. Matthew Shoumi, OGTV News.
Again, we wish the Balor of Egbaland a happy birthday. Away from that story, fasting is not just about staying hungry or thirsty, but also an art to contain other harmful behaviors. Hence, the need for Muslims faithful to exercise the willpower and attain self-control, which are essential in the month of Ramadan. This was part of the submission of clerics who spoke with our reporter Adebola Oshomoji on the spiritual significance and benefits of Ramadan. Our reports.
Ramadan is the month when Muslims across the world observe one of the 5 pillars of their faith, share with their neighbors, and show love to the people around them. It is a period of spiritual reflection, abstinence, sacrifice, and supplications to the Almighty Allah. The holy month of Ramadan thus provides the faithful the opportunity to commune with Allah. For the clerics who spoke with OGTV News crew, the essence of this period is even more significant for the people as they seek solutions and divine guidance to the challenges facing the country.
According to the word of Allah in the Holy Quran, Quran chapter 3, verse 183, O you who believe, observing fast is prescribed for you, as it was prescribed for those who before you, that you may become a pious.
With all these specialties in this month of Ramadan, every human being, especially Muslim, should be able to this opportunity to be closer to Allah, this opportunity to write our name in our Jannah Firdaus.
We need to pray for this nation at this critical hour. It needs our prayer. We should stop cursing or saying anything, because every one of us is responsible for this problem we are facing. We need to be prayerful.
To them, fasting entails a lot of sacrifices, including total abstinence from food and other indulgences, and called on Muslims to observe the fast and also obey Islamic injunctions.
We should fear God, then we should do that fasting according to the will and the law of the Almighty Allah and the Sunnah of Lord Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah.
It is better for us, a matter of most, for every Muslim man or woman to follow the order of Allah. If you want your life to be in a good order.
You know, the issue of what we call the passion and lure, luring you to something that is bad is removed. Many of that we have, and it is assisting people to think very well and to be together.
The clerics wished Muslims a successful month of Ramadan, while stressing the need to unite against insecurity and other challenges facing the country. Adebola Oshomoji, OGTV News.
Moving on to more national stories, the federal government has ordered telecommunications operators to bar all outgoing calls of all subscribers' identification model cards not yet linked with the national identification number effective today, April 4, 2022. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Issa Patami, announced this in a statement on Monday, saying that the move was part of the implementation of the NIN-SIM linkage policy of the government. The statement was jointly signed by the Director of Public Affairs Nigerian Communications Commission, Ikechukwu Adinde, and Head Corporate Communication National Identity Management Commission, Kayode Adegoke. The federal government had mandated telecommunications subscribers to link their SIMs with their needs in December 2020 as part of the regime's security and social policies, but many Nigerians have faulted the effectiveness of the NIN-SIM linkage as kidnappers of Abuja-Kaduna train passengers and others still phone victims' families to demand ransom and go scot-free untraced with their NIN. In the statement released on Monday, Patami said as of date, over 125 million SIM cards have had their NIN submitted for linkage verification and authentication, while the NIMC had issued over 78 million NINs till date. The European Union has donated an array of security hardware, including 30 rigid all-inflatable boats and forensic equipment to the Economic Community of West African States to tackle maritime crimes and other security challenges in West Africa. This was disclosed at a high-level maritime security seminar convened by ECOWAS in Abuja under the framework of the European Union-funded support to West African Integrated Maritime Security Project. The equipment, estimated at €5 million, was expected to help security agencies in Nigeria and 11 other coastal ECOWAS states in combating crime and criminality. The other beneficiaries include Benin, Cape Verde, Cote d'Ivoire, the Gambia, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Senegal, and Togo. The head of ECOWAS Regional Security Division, Colonel Abdurrahman Dieng, observed the maritime insecurity had long been one of the most persistent and intractable threats to maritime communities and economic prosperity in West Africa. According to him, turning the tide against maritime insecurity is a collaborative effort that no single country or region can tackle alone. The EU Senior Coordinator for the Gulf of Guinea, Ambassador Nicolas Martinez, said the EU was a committed partner to the Gulf of Guinea region and would continue to provide extensive and targeted assistance to strengthen the critical feature of the Yaoundé security architecture, while cementing the long-standing relationship between ECOWAS and the EU. Emirates Airlines has made an offer to partner with Nigeria in its quest to establish a national carrier. Special Assistant to Senator Adesirika, Minister of Aviation, Mr. James Oduadu, stated in Abuja on Monday that the president of Emirates Airlines, Mr. Tim Clark, made the offer during a panel discussion at Dubai Expo 2020. The panel discussion was held to discuss the future of aviation at the Dubai Expo 2020. Clark said that Emirates Airlines would be happy to help if assistance were requested of it in starting Nigeria's national carrier. He added that such assistance would elicit requests for clarification, mostly from the media and industry stakeholders in Nigeria. Clark spoke in support of Sirika's position that Nigeria had a compelling need to establish a national carrier going by certain indices. The police command in Jigawa has arrested 5 suspected kidnappers and armed robbers in Ringim local government area of the state. The police public relations officer, ASP Lawan Shisu, confirmed this to newsmen in Dose. Shisu said that the suspects, who had earlier indicated their intention to surrender to the police, were eventually arrested on March 26. He explained that one of the suspects, Yusuf Wakili, also known as Rago, was tracked and arrested. Other suspects were Yunusa Jibril, Tai Zango, and Zabo Abdullahi, as well as Suleiman Gaba in Bagara village in Dose local government area. Coming up next is the business news with Simiat Abaro.
You're welcome to the business news segment of the news. The federal government approved the application of 33 companies seeking pioneer status under the Industrial Development Income Tax Act in 2021. This was contained in a quarterly PSI report released by the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission. The report also revealed that investment made by the 33 companies during the year amounted to 543.88 billion naira. It also noted that the government declined the application submitted by 10 investing firms, including the popular fintech Flutterwave, during the review period. The pioneer status is an incentive offered by the federal government, which exempts companies from paying income tax for a certain period. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has warned Nigerians to avoid dealing with illegal and unlicensed financial operators who lure and defraud members of the public. The Apex Bank, in a statement on Monday, said the increase in the activities of illegal financial operators is becoming worrisome and portends a grave risk to public confidence and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. CBN therefore advised members of the public to visit its official website and that of the Securities and Exchange Commission and other relevant member agencies of the FSRCC to verify the registration and license status of such companies and schemes before investing in them. They also advised Nigerians to report any individual or entities suspected to be involved in such nefarious activities to the law enforcement agencies. Despite multiple interventions by the Central Bank of Nigeria to defend the naira fell by 22 naira in the first quarter of 2022. At the official investors and exporters market, the naira-US dollar exchange rate has remained constant at 417 naira to a dollar. The black market, on the other hand, has maintained its bearish trend, pushing the naira towards 600 naira per dollar. To safeguard the naira, the central bank has implemented a plethora of restrictions ranging from prohibiting the selling of dollars to BDCs to prohibiting the broadcast of black market rate on Aboki FX. 2 million people will start receiving about 20 billion naira from June this year as basic cash transfers and conditional cash transfers under the National Cash Transfer Program, the federal government has said. It was gathered that the federal government would pay the 2 million people 5,000 naira each under the basic cash transfer and an additional 5,000 naira under the conditional cash transfer. A March 2022 document on the strategic roadmap and activities of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development obtained by journalists in Abuja shows that the number of people receiving cash transfers from the government had been increasing. The report stated that in 2018, a total of 19 states were covered under the National Cash Transfer Program, as this increased to 24 states in 2019 and moved up to 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory in 2022, covering 1.6 million people. But the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Farouk, stated in this document that the number would increase further in June. Under the cash transfer scheme, the federal government support poor and vulnerable households with cash on a monthly basis. Elon Musk, according to a United States Security and Exchange Commission filing, has bought 73,486,938 unit shares of Twitter common stock, which is 9.2% of the total common stock in issuance. This puts the value of the purchase using the filing date, the 14th of March 2022, at $2.74 billion. This purchase announcement comes after Musk, the world's richest billionaire and Dogecoin enthusiast, conducted a Twitter poll towards the end of March 2022. Musk took to Twitter on the 24th of March to run a poll asking whether or not Twitter algorithm should be open source. He then did another poll the following day asking whether or not Twitter rigorously adheres to the principle of free speech as essential to a functioning democracy. And that's the end of business news. Many thanks for watching. Back to Yemi for the segment of the news.